Welcome back, focused learners, to another edition of our Explainer. Today, man, we are unpacking a story so wild it literally feels like it belongs in a Hollywood thriller. Okay, let's dive into this. We're looking at the completely mind-boggling story of a 12th pass mechanic's son from Bangalore who somehow managed to outcon some of the most elite, powerful, and wealthy individuals in all of India. Seriously, this isn't just a story about stolen money. It's an absolute masterclass in psychological manipulation and, well, systemic corruption.
You know, whenever we talk about legendary Indian frauds, the name Natwarlal almost always comes up, right? He was the classic old-school con man who famously sold the Taj Mahal multiple times. But look, while Natwarlal is firmly in the past, the present belongs to a man named Sukesh Chandrasekhar. We are talking about a modern mastermind operating on a staggering scale. He didn't just trick people on the street. No, he orchestrated a 200 crore rupee extortion empire, all while already locked up in a maximum security prison. Crazy, right?
Section 1. Bigger than Natwarlal.
To really understand the scale of his crimes, we first have to understand the man himself. So Sukesh comes from a lower middle-class family in Bangalore. His father was a mechanic, and Sukesh himself is only 12th pass. Yet, his primary weapon? An overwhelming aura of absolute confidence. He speaks multiple South Indian languages fluently, alongside impeccable Hindi and English. And when he spoke, he projected such intense authority that his victims genuinely believed they were dealing with a top-tier government official. Let's move to and see how this builds his empire. I mean, at an age when most kids are just figuring out what to study in college, Sukesh was already swindling millions. In 2007, at just 17 years old, he pulled off his first major con, defrauding a family friend over 1 crore rupees by claiming he could recover their trapped land from the Bangalore Development Authority. Fast forward a bit to 2012, he tricks a clothing brand out of 20 lakhs by promising Katrina Kaif would attend their event. Then, by 2014, working with his wife Leena, he somehow secures a massive 132 crore rupee loan from Canara Bank using fake government contracts. And finally the turning point, 2017. He bites off way more than he can chew by trying to broker a 50 crore rupee deal regarding a political party symbol for a powerful politician, TTV Dinakaran. And this bold move is what finally lands him in Delhi's notorious Tihar jail.
Section 2. 200 crore extortion from Tihar. Now you would think being locked up in Tihar, India's most secure prison, would end his career, wouldn't you? Instead, it basically became his headquarters for his absolute masterpiece. He targeted Aditi Singh, the wife of jailed Fortis promoter Shivender Singh, and his method was terrifyingly simple. Step 1. He used software to spoof his caller ID, making it look exactly like he was calling from the Law Secretary or the Prime Minister's office. Step 2. Calling during the absolute peak of the 2020 COVID pandemic, he offered her husband a seat on a prestigious COVID vaccine distribution committee and promised to help him secure bail. And Step 3. The trap. To make all this happen, he told her she needed to make donations to so-called party funds. Over 9 months, across 35 separate transactions, he systematically drained 200 crore rupees from her. Just let that number sink in.
He didn't just ask nicely either. He used extreme psychological manipulation. He would literally tell her over the phone, "The loudspeaker is on and Amit Shah is also listening, so think carefully before you speak." Seriously, he threatened her, claiming it was a top-secret government operation and warning that if she didn't comply, he had the power to ruin her life just like he'd ruined others. He created this completely inescapable pressure cooker of fear, all from a smuggled cell phone in a jail cell.
Section 3. The game of money in jail.
You're probably asking yourself, how exactly does an inmate run a highly sophisticated multi-crore extortion ring from inside a cell equipped with mobile phone jammers? The answer, as the source documents clearly reveal, is systemic corruption. So the crucial point is the staggering reality of the number 81. An astonishing 81 employees of Tihar jail were on Sukesh's monthly payroll. He essentially bought out the entire prison staff.
Just looking at the economics of this is staggering. I mean, the jail superintendents alone took a cut of 1.25 crore rupees. In total, it's estimated he spent between 25 and 30 crores just bribing police officers. He lived in a ward meant for 40 prisoners entirely by himself. Security cameras covered up with T-shirts. He even used official police vehicles to move his illicit cash around and transport his associates. He quite literally turned a maximum security prison into his own private luxury office.
Section 4. The illusion of Bollywood heroines.
Okay, so once the money started flowing in, Sukesh obviously needed to launder it, but more importantly, he needed to legitimize his fake persona. To do this, he aggressively targeted the ultimate status symbol in India, Bollywood actresses. His approach was so calculated and, frankly, incredibly well-funded. He hired a woman named Pinky Irani, paying her crores just to act as a middleman to introduce him to models and actresses. And the audacity is just incredible. He actually had TV actress Chahat Khanna brought inside Tihar jail under the guise of a school event just so he could propose to her. He showered Noura Fatih with a BMW, registered in her cousin's name of course, and even offered to buy her a house in Morocco if she'd be his girlfriend. He persistently messaged Sarah Ali Khan, eventually sending her a Franck Muller watch worth 10 lakhs hidden inside a box of chocolates. He wasn't just giving gifts, guys, he was aggressively buying an illusion of grandeur.
Section 5. The Jacqueline Fernandez Case.
But of all his celebrity entanglements, none was as deep or as damaging as his connection with A-list actress Jacqueline Fernandez. And it all started with, you guessed it, another spoofed call, this time pretending to be from the Home Ministry to her makeup artist just to force an introduction. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer overwhelming extravagance of it all. Straight from the enforcement directorate's findings, he gave her 3 Persian cats worth 9 lakhs, a 52-lakh rupee Arabian horse, a Tiffany diamond ring engraved with J&S for Jacqueline and Sukesh. He even promised to produce a female superhero movie starring her, complete with a massive 500 crore budget. Whenever she wanted something, she'd pick it out at a designer store, he'd pay for it in cash, and she'd simply pick it up with the receipt. It's wild.
And the bribes didn't stop at the Indian border either. The international money trail reveals he sent $150,000 to Jacqueline's sisters studying in the U.S. He sent $50,000 to her brother in Australia. He bought a Porsche for her parents living in Bahrain. Because of this incredibly deep financial entanglement, the Enforcement Directorate has now officially made Jacqueline an accused in this massive money laundering case, asserting that she was actually well aware of his criminal background and still chose to enjoy the spoils.
Section 6. The new twist of political allegations.
So as the walls have started closing in and investigations have really intensified, Sukesh has pivoted to a brand new strategy: leaking letters written to the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. Now, to be absolutely clear here, as an explainer, we are simply reporting the contents of these source documents neutrally. We are definitely not endorsing these claims, but they are a very crucial part of his ongoing story. In these letters, Sukesh drags some of Delhi's highest-ranking politicians right into the mud. He alleges that former Minister Satyaner Jain extorted 10 crores from him back in 2019 just to ensure his safety inside the prison. He claims Manish Sisodia took commissions from various departments, and, most explosively, he accuses Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal of taking 50 crore rupees from him in 2017 in exchange for a prominent seat in the Aam Aadmi Party.
Which brings us to the ultimate question surrounding this entire saga. Are these explosive political letters the genuine confessions of a man exposing a corrupt system that enabled him? Or is this simply the ultimate desperate trick from a master illusionist using the media and politics to muddy the waters and save himself? Whichever it is, it really exposes how deeply vulnerable our institutions are to those with enough cash and confidence. And that is exactly what investigators are currently trying to unravel. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. Stay focused, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.